It's Wednesday, my favorite day of the week. Here we are, getting everything going here. 3, 2, 1. It's Wednesday. It's Wednesday, another Wednesday. I was just saying it's my favorite day of the week. 8:30 in the morning is sometimes kind of early for me, but it's still really awesome to be here. And welcome, welcome, welcome. It's another Hump Day, and you know what that means? It's another Hump Day Happy Chat. Welcome. This is Valerie Shepard. We're on my Living Happy to Be Me Facebook page, where we put out lots of positive thoughts, uplifting ideas, tips, and tools for you to live your happiest, most fulfilling, most successful, full of juju life. That's what I'm all about. Let's have some more juju, please. Yes, thank you. I would like some more juju. And I'm assuming juju is good. In my life, in my vernacular, juju is a good thing. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. It's so awesome. Appreciate your shares and your comments and your questions and your interactions. You're fabulous, and I'm grateful for you. I'm grateful to be here today. Is a really cool topic I love talking about. It is a part of this whole, like mastering this thing is really a part of this ongoing journey that I talk about, this light style of living. From the title of my book, Dancing Your Soul Light Style, is about mastering you in your life so that you can manage exquisitely whatever your life sends your way. And it's really a powerful thing to be a self-mastered person. And it can help you, I don't want to say overcome, I say transcend and include. So that whatever's in our lives, good and bad, as so-called bad, ugly, so-called ugly, whatever that is, for you to be able to manage it exquisitely and bring to yourself what you really are here to experience. Happiness, peace, ease, joy, by the way, tolerance, harmony, what you're here to experience and what you're here to express. Happiness, joy, peace, love, harmony, tolerance. Funny how the same things are on both lists. We think we're here to experience struggle and show how we can overcome it and experience all these negative things, and that's really not it. But that's a whole nother topic. There are plenty of topics in this whole idea of self-mastery as your key to happiness. And the reason I say that that is the key to happiness is because in my experience and what I teach, happiness is available for you at all times. It's actually within you. It's the joy center that is within you. And that really is dependent on you. Isn't that cool? I mean, some people get upset about that because then it feels like I'm saying they're the problem. Well, maybe. But the most important thing in that statement is, hey, guess what? You're the solution. You know, you don't have to wait for other people to get it. You don't have to wait for someone else to give it to you. You don't have to wait for someone to recognize you, or acknowledge you, or love you. That's yours to do. And through laws of reflection and attraction, when you do it, you show others how to do it. And the universe conspires on your behalf. And the universe is doing that all the time. Again, another topic for another day. But this is part of this whole dance of self-mastery. Thank you for joining. Many blessings. Happy holidays. And today's topic, what's wrong with anticipation, is really an important one, especially for this time of year. Like, I get really anticipatory at this time of year. In my religio, spiritual, fun calendar, we're about to celebrate Christmas and New Year's, and those things for many people come with this anticipation energy. Anticipation energy. So how is it defined? Let's get really clear on the definition first. So Merriam-Webster says a couple of different things about anticipation. A prior action that takes into account or forestalls a later action. So because I'm thinking of the way I've done it or what I've experienced, I'm either expecting it again or I'm trying to prevent it in the future. It's also another definition that Merriam-Webster says, the act of looking forward, especially pleasurable expectation. I'm wanting something good and it's coming and I can't wait. Many of us, if not all of us, know what that's like. And then still another definition of visualization of a future state or a future event. So in the vernacular, you probably hear anticipation like this. I am so looking forward to blank. I sometimes say, I can't wait till you get here or till Friday comes or till I get that check or whatever it is. People say, we're anxiously awaiting news or the baby coming or the project being finished. That's another vernacular for anticipation. In business, we used to say all the time, the forecast, right? The forecast triggers this anticipation. And so the question for you is, what are you anticipating and how are you doing with that? And most importantly, how is the act of anticipating setting you up for something other than happiness? This is a Hump Day Happy Chat, by the way. So we're going to get back to happiness in all cases. But this idea of anticipation, it's one of those things that can steal your happiness away, and here's how. At this time of year, many hearts and homes are in this Christmas spirit, which can mean any number of things being anticipated. Excitement and delight, or it can be dread and sadness that's anticipated. The not pretty side of our anticipation and where it comes from. So for many, the excitement and delight is fun time spent with friends and family, decorating and expressing the joys of the season, going to church and expressing the religious, deep love, the spiritual side, the ritualistic practices, all of that can be anticipated. If you're living in places where it's cold right now, I'm wearing my Snuggie today in shouting out to my people in Canada in cold places, my brother and sister-in-law in Virginia, and lots of friends in Virginia and other places where it's way colder than it is here in Southern California. So we can be anticipating all of those things. And for some, all of those things, shopping, decorating, seeing friends and family, baking, cooking, all of those things bring up happy thoughts, excitement, energy. And for some people, those exact same things bring up dread and sadness. The memory of a time gone by that can't be this year, that will never be the same again because fill in the blank. And so anticipation it's kind of like this double-edged thing. It can be one or the other. Most people think of it in terms of excitement and joy. But here's the problem with anticipation. There's really nothing wrong with looking forward to something. There's nothing wrong there. Here's where the problem comes in. That in addition to looking forward, you attach to what you're looking forward to. So in addition to looking forward to the decorations, you are attached somehow to how the decorations have to end up looking. And then you open up the box, and some of them, maybe even some of your favorite ones, maybe even the old family heirloom ones, they're broken. And so the anticipation had, in addition to just, I love decorating, had an attachment to the way decorating is supposed to play out, who's supposed to be involved with the decorating, and what's the end result supposed to look like. So one of my most recent stories with this was when I got into the mood, and I sometimes don't decorate, not because I don't get into the mood, but because I travel in the holidays. And so if I spend hours decorating, I'm not even here to experience the joy of what I've done with what I've created with my decorations, with the expression of joy that is held in those decorations for me. I usually get into some level of spirit, and so I did again this year, and I put lights on my deck, and I have some that are blinking and some that are wrapped around poinsettias and some that are wrapped around Rudolph. Yes, I have a reindeer on my porch. And then I have this little tabletop tree. My favorite tree is like 7 feet tall, and it's in storage right now because it takes almost 2 days for me to get that tree put together. And I do love artificial trees that look as much as they possibly can natural. But anyway, so I've been using this tabletop tree, and in my mind's eye, that tabletop tree is huge. It's way bigger than what is actually the truth of the tabletop tree, which is this big. It's like 14 inches tall, and I had in my mind that it was like 3.5 feet tall, which is pretty funny. So when I took the bag out of the garage, I was like, how is my tree in here? And then when I put it on the table, I could feel the, ugh. So the anticipation of the tree turned into the, disappointment of the tree. And I asked myself, well, how did my anticipation of something so fun and beautiful and expressive and exciting and pretty and just lovely, I mean, it's lovely, but how did that anticipation turn into while I was having such a good time decorating? And I realized what it was I had attached to what was in my mind's eye about what that tree was going to look like. My memory of the tree was obviously based on some kind of emotional impact the tree had on me. The tree and I were in a great dance of joy and fun the last time I had it up, and I just remembered it being so much bigger than it was. And that's not the problem. The problem was when I took it out of the bag, I was disappointed that it wasn't what I had in my mind's eye, which was the result of my experience from the past, which set up my anticipation of the future. So this is not about not anticipating, and it's not even about hanging on to those beautiful memories that actually set up the anticipation. It's really about this one piece. Another thing I do this time of year that I love is the Holiday Bowl. Many people have no idea what that is, but if you're into sports, I'm a big sports hound and I love football. The Holiday Bowl is one of the end of the college season bowl games. So not as big and well known maybe as the Sugar Bowl or the Cotton Bowl or the Fiesta Bowl, but the Holiday Bowl has been going on for like 15 years, I want to say. I'm not positive, so don't quote me. I feel like I've gone to like 10, 11, or 12. I'm not positive, so don't quote me. But I've been enough times that I have an experience of the Holiday Bowl and an anticipation of the Holiday Bowl. And this year, for the first time that I've ever known, it's on New Year's Eve. That's like a double anticipation whammy. That's like hitting the anticipation jackpot. We anticipate New Year's Eve, and I'm going to be anticipating the Holiday Bowl, and boom, they're smack dab on the same night. So what I've had to be aware of is, because I've been to so many Holiday Bowls with such dear friends, we do a tailgate that starts at 11 o'clock in the morning for a game that starts at 6 o'clock in the evening. And there is a lot of fun. We have 50 or 60 people. It's a potluck, and we're, doing a shot of tequila here or there, but mostly food and drink and walking around looking at all the tailgates and just having a beautiful fun in San Diego. And I can get into this space of last year was so much fun, this year's going to be the same, but then I'm anchoring in on who was there last year, what we did, how it played out, who's going to arrive when, what they're going to bring. And then when this year is completely different, Like one year I went to the Holiday Bowl and a lot of my friends weren't able to be there. And many of the people who were in this tailgate with us, I didn't personally know. And I let that, my idea of what it should be, there's the attachment, what it's going to be, there's the attachment, what it's always been, there's the hidden attachment. I let the attachment to an idea about how it was going to play out color my experience. And unfortunately, I wasn't as awake then as I am now, and I couldn't see the disconnect and the negative downward spiral happening in the moment. It wasn't until a couple of days later when I was trying to figure out, how come I didn't have as much fun this year? Well, it's because I was expecting this year to be exactly like last year, and when it wasn't, I allowed it to take me out of my joy center. I allowed it to take me out of my joy center. So my question for this Hump Day Happy Chat, what's wrong with anticipation? It's the attachment. If you allow yourself to get attached to that which you are anticipating, you are setting yourself up. If it turns out exactly the same way, great. There's one other thing to keep in mind. The you that experienced it previously is not the same you that's experiencing it this time. I'll say that again. The you that's experiencing what you're anticipating from the past is not the same person that you were when you experienced it then. So your experience of it, even if it's almost exactly the same, could be radically different. And to give yourself the freedom to actually experience that as it is today and see what it has for you, to see what's in it for you exactly as it is, not the way you thought it should be based on the way you've had it before. Boom, I'm telling you, this, when it really drops in for you, can just open up so much freedom to experience every single thing, every single person, every single situation, and yourself. Oh my gosh, and yourself completely anew, with complete love and acceptance, no matter what you experienced in the past. So as you're getting ready for what's coming, whether it be your celebration of the holidays, Kwanzaa, or Christmas, or someone's birthday, or it's even the celebration of someone's life. There are many, 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 many people transitioning off the planet right now. So the celebration of the life that is no longer in this dimension, whatever that be, allowing yourself the freedom to experience it today exactly the way it is, without getting it all tied up in the attachment to the way it used to be, as the only way you can really enjoy it is how you stay out of what's wrong with anticipation. And I say wrong in quotes, meaning what's not serving you about anticipation. So here's a tip. When you find yourself anticipating, oh, I can't wait to put up the Christmas tree, check in. I can't wait to get out all my really cool holiday sweaters and hats. I can't wait to put together my holiday greeting card. I can't wait to get to that New Year's Eve party, okay? That I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. Notice. So check in immediately. Oh boy, I'm really attached to the way it was. So maybe I'd like to honor the way it was. I'll honor that. Last year was so much fun. I remember doing this and that and talking to so-and-so, and I might call them just to see if they're going to be here. And then detach from all of it. Detach from all of it. I'll say it a third time. Detach from all of it. Call yourself into a present moment awareness all along the journey to the actual thing you're anticipating. and allow it and bless it and hold sacred space within you to experience it exactly as it is this time, anew. Experience it with the wonder of a child who sees that same Beauty and the Beast movie over and over and over and can recite every line, and they still think it's magnificent, like the first time they've ever seen it. Go into that inner child within you and experience the newness of the sameness, or experience the newness of the radically different in a space of wonder and imagination. And I'm ready for some juju. The big word is receiving. Receive what's in it for you the way it shows up this time. Be willing to be surprised. Maybe even anticipate, you don't know what it's going to look like, but you're ready to find out. Like, stay in that level of, I wonder what's going to happen next. And I wonder what's in it for me that it happens the exact way that it happens. It unfolds in its magnificence in the present moment, and stay anchored in the present moment. With anticipation, if you want to attach to something, attach to the concept of receiving with an open heart and an open mind, and with the energy of allowing it to be what it is, and you to be where you are with what it is. So anticipation is a great thing. It's a form of preparation for what's about to come. And it's especially good when you're practiced at expecting the best. And it's even more fabulous when you learn to expect the best without any attachment to what actually shows up whatsoever. That's this week's Hump Day Happy Chat. I wish you so much joy and pleasure and fun in this holiday season, and wherever you are in it. I know my friends who celebrate Hanukkah are through Hanukkah already, and so they can join in with their friends who do the Christmas thing and have some fun with them as well. And wherever you are in the world, wherever you are with your practice, I just wish you the best of open-hearted, detached anticipation of all the magnificence yet to come. And if you're really getting a lot out of these Hump Day Happy Chats, if they're contributing to your joy and your peace and your happiness and your freedom, your emotional freedom, then I would encourage you and invite you to do the ripple effect dance. That is, help others get what you're getting. It's really quickly just hit share and blast it out there to some people you know who could really use some support from the Hump Day Happy Chats. They're also available on my YouTube channel. That's tinyurl.com/VRS I'll put that in the box here. And the last thing I will say is I'll be announcing a January 17th Happy Camper Masterclass, where we'll be starting this community of Happy Chat people in a live interaction around how to be more happy, fulfilled, and successful. Many, many blessings. Valerie Shepard signing off from the Hartley Center for Mindfulness and Self-Mastery, wishing you happy, happy holidays, a beautiful rest of your week, and thank you for joining me in the Hump Day Happy Chat. Bye now. And here I go through all the things to shut everything down. Thanks for coming. Bye. Bye now. Happy, happy, happy day. Happy, happy, happy chat. Ciao.